Happy New Year! This is my first vlog of 2019 and I wanted to take it as an opportunity to tell you guys a little bit more about what I do. So for some of you, you'll already know me from my time in talent acquisition. Others, you'll know me from posting religiously here on LinkedIn. But I just thought I would give you a little bit more background about what it is I do. And you may see from my job title, I am running my own coaching business. I am a career transition and onboarding coach, but what does that even mean? And how did I even get here? So I want to take this opportunity to give you a little bit of background. And actually it probably starts with me kind of flipping back over 20 years to the start of my coaching journey. So I grew up in New Zealand. I played every sport under the sun. As a Kiwi kid, that's what you did. So I played tennis, played netball, played touch rugby, cricket, softball, hockey really badly. But I absolutely loved playing sport. I had my first opportunity to coach a netball team at the age of 16, so many moons ago. But even at that young age, I was able to see the potential of working with a coach, and actually why in the sporting world it is unimaginable for sports people and teams not to have a coach. So from that early age, I really was able to kind of recognize the positive impact a coach can have on a sports team or athlete. So throughout my professional career, I spent 13 years working in talent acquisition, working with organizations around how to recruit and attract the very best people into organizations. And then from a coaching perspective, what I was always really interested in and passionate about was when you have those awesome people, how do you support their development? How do you retain them? So I was coaching my own teams when I was leading an international team. So I was coaching my own team, but I was also working with leaders and coaching them during transitions. So when we're making big, bold moves and taking on change, working with people to boost their confidence and give them that laser focus and get them to stretch so they can really reach their potential. So for me, coaching, I've been coaching for well over 20 years, and it's been the element of my role that I've just loved, regardless of the positions that I've held in organizations. So how did I start specializing in career transitions and onboarding, and what does that even mean? So about 2 years ago, actually that's quite crazy, 2 years ago, I left my role as a global talent director for a Fortune 500 company. I made pretty much the boldest and biggest transition of my life, and that was leaving corporate life to set up my own business. So I knew I wanted to be a coach, that was a given. But the opportunity and also the challenge with coaching is that you can use it in so many different scenarios. We can all benefit from coaching in different scenarios. So for me, that was an opportunity, but also a challenge, because I've always been a specialist and always strive to be that kind of go-to person in a particular field. So for me, it was a big challenge in launching my business is, where do I want to specialize, and where's my niche, and who needs me? So I took the 12 months, I removed the pressure off myself. I got a coach, and I just had 12 months of putting myself out there and looking at, who was in need of coaching and who were kind of the people that were really crying out for support. And in that 12 months, it was really interesting. My first 12 months, the two key groups of people that were coming to me for support were new leaders as they transitioned into new leadership roles, whether that was stepping up, so an internal promotion, whether they were taking an international placement, whether they were leaving their leadership role in their current organization and moving to a new organization. So leaders in those first 6 months, when it can be a bit wobbly, and they were looking for support in navigating that. The second group of people were leaders who were feeling burnt out, so working in high pressured positions where they were really feeling overwhelmed, and they were looking for some support in getting back in control, getting work and life working much better together. So it was really interesting. So those first 12 months, just putting myself out there, seeing who maybe needed my coaching, and there was those two key groups who stood out. So for me, I thought, and those are the two groups of people I absolutely love working with. But for me, it was really an interesting insight into, if people are coming to me as individuals for support around, onboarding and career transitions, what's maybe happening within organizations, or what is not happening within organizations. And also, if we have so many burnt out leaders, what is going on? So I kind of followed that thread, and I wanted to explore, continue to work with those individuals who are coming to me for support, but I also wanted to look at where I could potentially work with organizations, so that the individuals weren't having to come to me and pay for coaching out of their own pocket. What could I do with organizations to better support their leaders, and to also give them support around that kind of key onboarding period? Because for me, having worked in global talent acquisition for so many years, I knew how much money, time, effort is spent on finding awesome people. To find a cracking new leader, it takes so much time, effort, and money. And the thought that 1 in 4 leaders will actually leave, fail, or burn out within the first 18 months, that just made me fall off my chair. So I was like, there's got to be something we can do differently. So I started to look at onboarding in organizations, and what are we actually doing to support our leaders when they first start new leadership roles? And again, the kind of the statistics were quite shocking. I've just shared that 1 in 4 will fail, leave, or burn out. And I thought, surely not. Surely that can't be the case. But the more I explored, and the more I spoke to organizations, to leaders, to HR, to L&D, I quickly started to realize that onboarding is an area that organizations don't do particularly well. And actually, I think it's something crazy, like 9% of organizations feel like they have a robust onboarding processes, and a real people-centric onboarding process. So there was an opportunity there. So so what I do as an onboarding coach and career transition coach is I work with individuals who want to come and have support, who want to confidently navigate their first 6 months in new roles. And I also work with organizations as a strategic partner. So they loop me in when they have leaders making quite big leadership steps, or bringing a new leader into the organization, and I work with them as kind of a confidant or strategic partner to get the best out of them, and cut through all that noise that is attached to changing roles. And I think for me, we really underestimate the challenge and the complexities that are attached to changing roles. If you are a new leader stepping up, you're going for an international placement, you're changing functions, there's so much that's going on. And I think, as organizations and even as individuals, we don't fully appreciate the complexities of changing roles. It can be in multiple transitions in one transition. So it might be a new team, it might be new people, it might be a new responsibilities, it might be a new political landscape, a new culture, a new geography. It might be the impact that has on your family, the impact that has on on life. So there's so many different things going on for leaders when they start new roles, and we don't appreciate that. I think if we did appreciate that, and if we did talk more openly about it, then we would be investing more in onboarding and making sure that our leaders are much better supported. So that's really so from launching my business a couple of years ago to quickly realizing that there was an opportunity to work in this space, and actually to then positively impact the other group of people that were coming to me for support, because honestly believe if you support people, support leaders in the first 6 months as they take on new leadership roles, you massively impact their health and well-being, and their ability to sustain further growth and success, and reduce the chances of burnout. So by specialising in career transitions and onboarding, I also see that the leaders I work with will be able to absolutely smash it in their first 6 months, but whilst reeling it in and making sure that they are taking care of themselves. So what I'm going to be doing is, over the course of this year, is talking more and more about onboarding. So from two perspectives. So, if you are about to take on a new leadership role, I'll be sharing hot tips and hacks around, how to navigate that confidently, how to remove the overwhelm, how to set yourself up for success and lay the foundations. So I'll be sharing all that good stuff. From an organizational perspective, if you are a senior leader who really cares about your people and wants to get the best out of them, if you are working within HR, L&D, and you're thinking, oh my God, onboarding has been on our list of things to do for a million years, we just don't know where to start, tune in, reach out, get in touch. So I am setting out my stall. So 2019, I am going to be going on about career transitions and onboarding, and sharing lots of hot tips and tricks for you. If any of this resonates already and you think, oh my goodness, I actually would really love to have some support as I move into a new leadership role, or onboarding, you'd like to support your leaders on board over the course of this year, get in touch. But yeah, awesome, and I'll chat to you soon.